California Appeals Court has revived lawsuits from two men who allege Michael Jackson sexually abused them when they were boys. California's 2nd District Court of Appeals found lawsuits from Wade Robeson and James Safechuck should not have been dismissed by a lower court. Judges say the men can legally claim that workers for Jackson-owned corporations had a responsibility to protect them. Attorneys for Jackson's estate deny those allegations.
Hey everyone, come on in, come on in. Wow, today is Saturday. I hope your Saturday is going well wherever you are at in the world, internationally, domestically, and whatever time it is. Shout out to all my international subscribers, viewers, commenters, and also domestic. Same shout out to you guys. Thank you all for supporting the mix. Listen to this video from beginning to end. Like, share, subscribe. Those who are new to my channel, I pre-record most of my videos, so video may be posted today or tomorrow or Monday. But for the most part, yeah, I pre-record my videos. I go live rarely. I do it from time to time, but that will change in the future. And it gets greater later. So one-stop shop over here, you guys. So, hey, that's the way it is. That's how your girl that mixes join. But as you can see, let me jump right into the topic at hand. California Appeal Court restores civil lawsuit for two men against Michael Jackson. Wow. I should start a segment and call it "In Today's Bogus and Just Court News," because the way the justice system is operating in the United States is beyond me at this point. But hey, who am I? I'm a melanated YouTuber. And the laws wasn't even created for my culture. So, hey, just a fish in the sea over here, a fish in the sea. But no, this came across my desk. Well, actually, as you can see through the slideshow, Daily Loud, I caught a glimpse of this on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I was just like, wow, I did some content on this about, I think, a month or so ago. I did 2 videos. The first video about the look back law in California when these new civil suits were brought against Bill Cosby under this new temporary law that they have in place. And be careful, you guys. And I said that before, even when I'm talking about Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Tory Lanez, while you all brooding and kikiing, these are laws. They're setting precedents, and this can be at your doorstep. So just because you got a regular degular, don't think that your regular degular money can't be taken away from you as well. I mean, hey. So be careful. It's all fun and games until you're on the side of a Michael Jackson, of a R. Kelly, of a Bill Cosby, of a whomever. It's all fun and games, and I'm not stating, and you can check out my previous contents. I'm not stating or promoting wrongdoing of any kind. However, in this instance with Michael Jackson, he was found not guilty in a court of law when he was alive. Criminally, he was found not guilty. So I'm just like at a loss for words. But I do get the civil aspect as well from a legal perspective. But to me, with this new temporary look back law, because I think that's a nickname for it, but there's more of a legal formal term for it, and I believe it's set to expire either in 2024 or 2025. To me, it's a money grab, and it's set to expire if they don't pass a law permanently, and hopefully they don't, because usually when California, New York, or Philadelphia, states like that, not Philadelphia, but PA, Pennsylvania, when they implement something new, other states usually follow. So whether it be from a civil side perspective or a criminal perspective. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share an article with you guys to go over some of the content from that article. And then I will come back with more of my commentary, reaction, or opinion. But yes, this came across my desk while scrolling, through X, and formerly known as Twitter. And I was just like, wow. Daily Loud reporting, breaking news, Michael Jackson's abuse lawsuits have been revived by appeals court. That means the higher court basically is saying, hey, lower court, you got this wrong, because the lower court dismissed it. I think twice too. Hey, you got this wrong. Allow these two men, money grabbers, allow them to have their day in court. So what this means is that their case will be heard in court during the trial. So, and they will be compensated financially, meaning from the estate. They're probably trying to bankrupt the estate. And the thing is that the estate takes care of the family. Michael Jackson's his mom, his kids, so they're trying to bankrupt it. But let me go ahead and share some snippets of this article, and I'll be back with more of my commentary, opinion, reaction. Okay, this is from pbs.org. Michael Jackson S abuse lawsuits revived by appeals court. And this article was posted on August 18th. A California appeals court on Friday revived lawsuits from two men who alleged Michael Jackson S abused them for years when they were boys. A 3-judge panel from California's 2nd District Court of Appeal found that the lawsuit of Wade Robinson and James Safehook should not have been dismissed by a lower court, and that the men can validly claim that the two Jackson-owned corporations that were named as defendants in the case had a responsibility to protect them. A new California's law that temporarily broadens the scope of S abuse cases enabled the courts to restore them. Wow. Whew, think about these laws. They making stuff up as they go along, doing what they want to do. Judges, justices. This is a 3-panel justices. They over the lower courts in California, 2nd District. It's the second time the lawsuits brought by Robinson in 2013 and Safehook the following year have been brought back after dismissal. The two men became more widely known for telling their stories in the 2019 HBO documentary Leaving Neverland. A judge who dismissed the suits in 2021, and in my opinion, rightfully so, side note, found that the corporations MJJ Productions, Inc. and MJJ Ventures, Inc. could not be expected to function like the Boy Scouts or a church where a child in their care could expect their protection. And I agree with that particular judge who dismissed it in 2021. I agree. He got that right. And that's my opinion. Jackson, who died in 2009, was the sole owner and only shareholder in the companies. The higher court judges disagreed, writing that a corporation that facilitates the abuse of children by one of its employees is not excused from an affirmative duty to protect those children merely because it is solely owned by the perpetrator of the abuse. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comment section. What do you guys think? The article further cites that they added that it would be perverse to find no duty based on the corporate defendant having only one shareholder. And so we reversed the judgments entered for the corporations. In July, Jackson State Attorney Jonathan Steinspear said that the men's allegations were unproven and untrue, but apart from that, it does not make sense that employees would be legally required to stop the behavior of their boss. It will require low-level employees to confront their supervisor and call them pedophiles, Steinspear said. Holly Boyer, an attorney for Robinson and Safehook, countered that the boys were left alone in this lion's den by the defendant's employees, and affirming her duty to protect and to warn is correct. The Steinspear said evidence that has been gathered in the case, which have not reached trial, showed the parents had no expectations of Jackson's employees to act as monitors. He said a deposition from Robinson's mother showed she did not even know the corporation existed when she first brought the 7-year-old son into the pop star's presence. So I wonder back then when he was 7 years old, did Michael Jackson actually have a corporation back then? Because a lot of celebrities, to my understanding, they really didn't have their own ownership of things. They was under a different they was under the label that they were under. The label had a lot of ownership of things back then. So so many moving parts. But let me continue. They were not looking to Michael Jackson's companies for protection from Michael Jackson, Steinspear said. Robinson, now a 40-year-old choreographer, met Jackson when he was 5 years old. He went to appear in 3 Jackson music videos. His lawsuit alleged that Jackson molested him over a 7-year period. Safehook, now 45, said in the suit that he was 9 when he met Jackson, while filming a Pepsi commercial. He said Jackson called him often and lavished him with gifts before moving on to S abusing him. The Associated Press does not typically name people who say they were victims of S abuse, but Robeson and Safe Hook King have come forward and approved of their use of their identities. The men's lawsuits had already bounced back from a 2017 dismissal when Young threw them out for being beyond the statute of limitations. Jackson's personal estate, the assets he left after his death, was thrown out as a defendant in 2015. The Jackson estate has adamantly and repeatedly denied that Jackson had abused either of the boys and has emphasized that Robeson testified at Jackson's 2005 criminal trial where Jackson was acquitted that he had not been abused. Safe Hook said the same to authorities. The men's cases were combined for oral argument and may also be tried together. So this, again, you guys, this is civil. This is a civil case, so their civil case is being tried together. What do you think? Do you think they are going to prevail in the California court system civilly? Do you think they're going to prevail? In this climate, you just never know. Do you believe, and I will go ahead and run a poll as well, do you believe that the justices, the appeals court got it right? In my opinion, no. But hey, that's just my opinion. So yeah, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. To me, this is, in my opinion, is injustice. They're suing a dead man who can't come back and defend himself. I don't know. Has this ever been done before? Has this ever been done before? If not, this sets the precedence. Somebody who's deceased, who was the sole owner of said corporation, is being taken to trial. Has this ever been done before? If not, this will set precedents. And that's what I keep telling you guys. Don't think that these laws or these type of legal situations won't apply to regular people, because they will. It's just, this is really strange. We're living in some strange times now. And again, if you check out some of my content, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to the other two videos I did. The one about Michael Jackson with the two money grabber men appealing this, and this is the outcome now. I did content on that. I'll drop the links in this link in the description, and I'll drop the link of that look back law, which basically again is, I think it's it is a temporary law, and I think it expires in 2024 or 2025 if they don't make it permanent. So this is going to be interesting. It's all fun and games until it's at your doorstep or someone you love or know. I just think the way some of these laws are set up, how the laws are, and these different rules and outcomes and legal opinions and actions, in my opinion, that it's ridiculous. It's setting a bad tone. It's setting a precedent, and an unjust precedent for the state of, just how things are operating in the state of this country from a legal perspective. So, but yeah, who's most protected by this? Even those who are in positions of power, such as those who are judges as well, politicians, they better be very careful. They better be very careful, because this could be them one day. It could possibly be, But yeah. So basically, to sum it up, the justices basically said that his employees had a duty to monitor the situation and to report what was going on, that they did not protect. They had a duty to protect. But that's what they said. So, hey, but yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree if the appeals court got it right or not? Do you think the two men will have a favorable outcome in court this time around? Because now their lawsuit is approved to move forward. Before it was dismissed, twice? It's approved to move forward. Wow. Wow. Wow, Michael Jackson is probably, I know he's rolling over in his grave. How can a deceased person even, how can they do this with a deceased person? If the person is deceased and he was the sole owner with no shareholders, how? That person is not even present to defend himself from a civil aspect. And then criminal wise, that should, to me, in my opinion, should have been a catalyst of even just dismissing this, along with what took place in a criminal trial. So in terms of the overall outcome, which he was acquitted of, Michael Jackson was acquitted of. I don't know, you guys. This is going down a slippery slope. So it's all fun and games, and like I said, I will drop the links to those videos in the description section of this post. But y'all be careful out there. But what do I know? Because the laws wasn't meant for me anyway. That wasn't meant for my community, my culture anyway. So we were not considered as human beings at one point, history wise, according to history. So, but like this video, share this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.